If you're clicking on this video for a review on the Nintendo Switch re-release of the Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 double pack, you've come to the wrong place. First off, my channel has less than 1,000 subscribers. No way that I'm getting a review copy. Secondly, I just found it a perfect reason to talk about one of the greatest games ever made. If you're wondering what game I'm talking about, either YouTube put you on autoplay and this video came up, or you didn't read the title of the video. In that case, hi, hello, welcome to the channel. Hope you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Cue the montage. Super Mario Galaxy is a very special game. Hearing the theme of Gusty Garden Galaxy in the credits of the Super Mario Bros. Movie gave goosebumps to the many who watched it, and having Nintendo announce that the sequel to that movie is going to be called the Super Mario Galaxy Movie, oh, you bet that a whole lot more people will be seated to watch peak cinema. But how did we get here? Why is it that we hear multiple renditions of Gusty Garden Galaxy in so many Mario games following Galaxy's release? Or why Rosalina and the Comet Observatory have become iconic staples in the Mario franchise? Well, it's thanks to Super Mario Galaxy and just how good, how incredible, how emotional this game is. I recently replayed it thanks to a certain other limited Nintendo release, and the vibes this game oozes are still there. Normally, a normal review of a game talks about the soundtrack later in the review, but this isn't a normal review, and I did talk about Gusty Garden Galaxy, so cut the sound. Mike, play one of the greatest pieces of video game music, please, and thanks. Music is always going to be a central feature of a video game to me. It's that one element that I can always use to bring me back to the worlds that I've spent hours immersing myself in. So you bet that when Nintendo released their Nintendo Music app, which I think should just get ported to Spotify, the first song I favorited was this piece you're listening to right now, Gusty Garden Galaxy. Despite it being just a simple level theme apart from the main theme of Super Mario Galaxy, this is the most famous track from the game and probably the most agreed upon to be the best. There is something so special about Gusty Garden's theme that it creates an atmosphere unlike no other, as it is that theme that I think combines all the core themes that Super Mario Galaxy highlights: creativity, loneliness, and wonder. The first part of the song, the grand horns that pull you in with the continuous strumming of the guitar and that welcoming main melody, it sounds like when you've got a brilliant idea blooming and you made a breakthrough into how to make it happen. That spark of creativity that helps you make sense of it all, and as it all harmonizes together, it falls down to its second segment where almost all of the instruments are taken aback, replaced by a solemn arpeggio of a harp. The lonesome horn keeps you company and you get that feeling that it's all going to come back. Then, well, just amazement, wonder, that melody, layered, the continuous beating of the drums. What more is there to say? You just have to take it all in. The wonder of the world. Although probably not intended for in the slightest, or maybe yes, who knows, I'm not Nintendo, but Gusty Garden in my eyes is the theme for Super Mario Galaxy in how it links these three elements, starting with the creativity. Every single corner or planet, since you know there are no corners on spheres, is brimming with creativity. And you'd be surprised because this was the first 3D Mario game that would not be set in a sandbox-like structure. Levels were made in a simple go to point B to point A format, yet through this limitation, the game manages to maximize the creativity from the game by doing this. You see, giving the player ultimate freedom and letting them be creative doesn't mean you've made a creative game, because you've got to make sure they've got the tools to do so. Galaxy has a slower pace to it with Mario's movements and giving him less mobility overall compared to 64 and Sunshine, and add the more linear levels. This makes it a very precise game, and this is where the game shines. Different gravitational pulls, the spin jump, varying planet terrains, hidden paths, and brand new power-ups. A whole slew of varying combinations can be made in a singular level, leading to some of the most creative levels out there, with each galaxy having a set of different gimmicks to make them stand out from the others, putting a fresh spin on how you tackle the levels with the base movement options. Honey Hive Galaxy gives you the bee power-up, making you vulnerable to water, having enemies chase you, and even climbable walls. Space Junk's reliance on the gravitational pulls to have you spacewalk through the levels, or Freeze Flame Galaxy having skatable paths giving you more speed for a lack of control on its ice terrain. There is so much that you're capable of doing in these galaxies. Even now, I would say that Super Mario Galaxy remains one of the most creative in the entire Mario franchise, maybe only being topped by 2023's Super Mario Bros. Wonder, which also takes that same approach in its level design, creativity through limitations. Yet, as you travel through these many worlds, there is always that emotion that keeps gnawing at the back of your mind, that somber mood, the loneliness that follows you throughout. From the very beginning of the game, when Mario wakes up on that lonely planet where he meets the baby Luma for the very first time, that emotion strikes at you. As the camera zooms out, you realize you are alone and ultimately only a small piece in the grand scheme of the universe. Obviously, not entirely true, as Mario is the hero and saves the day and all that, but that emptiness, liminal nature of the game makes you feel alone, or rather, small. Space Junk Galaxy really embraces this vibe. The piano, the scattered planets, leftover debris really makes you realize the gravity of the world, the universe, that you only make up a small part of it all. Yet, no matter how small we are in the universe, the role we play is as big as we want it to be. The story of Galaxy is liminal perfection. Seeing the Comet Observatory grow as you collect more stars, defeat Bowser's army across the cosmos, and hearing and seeing it unfold before you is showing, not telling, to a masterful degree. And then in the end, leads to one of the most heartfelt, best payoffs, and arguably one of the greatest endings in a game. Brings tears to my eyes. But in direct contrast to the strong feeling of loneliness, there's that feeling of wonder, that urge to explore every corner. Okay, I already made that joke, sorry, but to see everything this world has to offer. The many Lumas that cheer you on in your quest to reach the center of the universe, to the many NPCs that you find along the way, the penguins, bees, Toad Brigade, and Gearmos. The many races across the galaxies show that life can be found in each world and fills that world with color. The blues of the water-adjacent galaxies, the yellow of the honey-themed ones, and the greens that you can find in them all, representing the life that can be found on each and every planet. There is something there always. These planets existed long before Mario ever reached them, and they'll still be living long after he leaves them. That wonder Galaxy makes you feel, and realize that no matter how alone you are right now or may feel, there is always life out there for you to find, to make you feel at home and welcome, and you can make a difference in those places, no matter how small of a role you may play. Beautiful. As a kid, I was always a Super Mario Galaxy 2 kid when growing up, as the sequel means more to me than the original, but there's just something special about the first game. It has a stronger atmosphere to it, and without Galaxy 2 would not have existed. Galaxy set a landmark in video games. Its soundtrack, world, power-ups, levels, characters, and story set a benchmark for what video games can do. So, when you do replay Super Mario Galaxy, or end up playing it for the first time, when it's re-released again this week, you'll realize how good it was, and still is to this day. Although I won't say it's the best 3D Mario game, as I do think Galaxy 2 still holds that special place in my heart, I can't deny that Super Mario Galaxy is definitely the most special one. Welcome to the end of the video, so like and subscribe for more gaming videos like this. I really do hope you enjoyed it. Not quite sure what my next video will be about, but all I can say is that ninjas are pretty cool, right? But for real now, to end this video, there's a new storybook chapter which highlights the story of Rosalina and the Lumas that will come with the re-release of Super Mario Galaxy, and that quote they showed from the Nintendo Direct back in September hit me in the feels. Goodbye to those we met on this journey. I will cherish the memories forever, and to those we will meet on the next journey, hello. And with that, Storm out.